Hi everyone, welcome you all. So previously we have learned only two functions, that was append and pop. Let us have a recap. Append function is used to add one element at the end of the list, and pop operation or pop function is used to remove an element. If you do not specify any parameter, then it will remove the item at the end. But if you specify any index value at that situation, it will remove element at that position, right? Now let us learn some more functions, and today starting with the index function. Okay, so we will be using an index. First thing first, we should be having a list. Let's say lst is equals to list, and then we have a range, and let's it be 5. Okay, and let's print this list. Print lst. Let me increase the font size so that it is better viewed by you, and let us execute this piece of our code and see we have the list. Now what I want to do is I want to modify this list so that it has some more elements. Lst is equals to lst plus, let's say we have again 0, and we have 10 here, and we have 6 here. So we have a modified version of the list. Now let us execute this piece of our code and check out. So this is our list. Intentionally I have added two zeros so that we have a multiple instances of 0, and then we have a 10 and 6, right? So first thing first, I'm going to say, let's say lst dot index of, let's say 10. Now let me count the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. So 6 is the index value of the 10. Okay, now let us execute this and check it out. So 6 is the index value for the 10. Suppose I specify 6 this time, and now the position is 7, so it should print 7. All right, and what if I specify any value that is present multiple times? In this case it will give you the first occurrence of the value. Let us run this piece of a code. So I'm getting 0 because 0 is present at the first position. Now if I specify 1 to 5 and execute it, then it will give you fourth position, since it is 0 is present at fourth position, right? Now what if I specify a value which is not present in the list? For example, 90 is not present in the list. Now let us check it out and see we get a value error. Now what we can do, if you want to get the index but you should not be running into error, you can simply have a if statement, and if in if statement you can say 90 in lst, and then try to execute this piece of code. Otherwise else we can simply say print 90 is not present in the list. Okay, let us execute this piece of our code and see we are getting 90 is not present in the list. Okay, so this is a simple tip if you want to make sure that you don't run into error while using a index. Okay, now suppose we have a variable. Let's say v is equals to, let's say any value that is 10 only, and if we specify v here and v here and v here, right? So now this program is perfect. It will say, see, fifth position at 10, and if I change the value to something which is not present, it will give you a simple error message instead of giving you uh, runtime error. Okay, so now I think this is clear to you. Now let us move to our next function, that is our extend function. Extend is used to catenate the list. For example, we have two lists. Let's say lst, wait a minute, let me copy this piece of code only. And now we have a lst2, which is little bit different, is equals to, let's say, Ram comma Manoj. And now I want to add lst dot extend lst2. Now I should be printing both the list lst and print lst2. Okay, let us see what is the effect of extend. Now you can check it out. My first list or lst variable contains the value 1 2 3 and 4 according to this, but when I extend it, it copies all the element from list 2 to list. It is a operation which is similar to lst is equals to lst plus lst2, right? So instead of doing this, what you can do, you can use a extend method. So both the statement can do or it has the same effect, these two statements. Okay, now you can say that what is the difference between append or extend. Now when we use, let's say we have used the extend method, and let us replicate the list lst. Let's say 1 is equals to lst list, and here lst. So I'm having a multiple copies of list, and here what I'm going to do, lst1 dot append lst2. Okay, now let us print both the list, print lst1, and check out the output. So now here you can see we have used a append method, sorry, extend method. Here all the elements are added one after another, and but when we use a append method, complete list is appended and act as a one element only. Now you can see print, let's say, length of lst, and here also let us print length of lst1. Let's say lst just copy this statement to here so that we can get a clear picture. Let us run this piece of a code and check it out. So here we have 6 element, but here we are having a 6 element because I have not changed the value. Let's change the value and check it out. See, we have in lst we have 5 elements since it is a complete element, and here all the elements are appended one after another. So this is the difference between a list and append. Sorry, extend and append. Now let us move to our next topic, that is insert method. It takes two arguments. First is position and the second is element or item, right? Now how to use this? First of all, we should be having a list. Let's take a simple list which we have used previously, and let us print this list and run it. You can see we have a list. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert 3 at this position, let's say 100 at this position. So 0 1 and 2, in the second position I must be giving 100. So how we can do it, lst dot insert, and then we must specify the position, that is the second index value, and we should provide the value, right? And if I try to print this lst, you can see I have successfully inserted 100 at the second position, right? And if I say in negative index, then also we can do it. Let's use a -1 so that we can get it. So you can check it out, -1. Now what if I specify any value which is negative beyond the scope, or let's say -100? Now you can see we do not have a negative index value, because if we go from here to here, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and minus 5. But minus 6 is not there, so minus 100 is not there. Let us execute this piece of a code and check it out. So you can see ki 100 is inserted at the first position or preponed it, right? Actually, the correct word is pre-appended. And if we specify any value beyond the index value, let's say 100, and this value must be something different, so you can check it out. It is appended or added at the end, no matter how far your index value is, right? So it doesn't give you error in any case, whether you use a far negative or far positive, right? Now let us learn one more function, that is remove function. Remove, and here also we need to specify the value which is to be removed. Okay, now we have the list, and let us execute this piece of our code and check it out. This is our list. Now we want to remove 3. So what we can do, we can simply use lst dot remove 3. Here we are not specifying the index value, instead we are specifying the value. Okay, but in pop, what we need to do, in pop we need to specify the index value instead of the value. So here, by means of value, we can remove the element. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a multiple extend, let's say a list, let's say 3 comma 3, and let's run this program so that we have multiple instances of 3, and now we have removed the 3. What my remove function does when we have a multiple instance of a value, it removes only the first occurrence. Now if we remove one more time, let's say remove 3 one more time, and let's duplicate it, so all the values of 3 are removed since we have 3 occurrence and all 3 are removed. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy it so that we do not have any more instance and we will run into error. Okay, value error, lst dot remove x, x represent 3, x is not in list, right? So what we can do, again the same trick, if 3 in lst, then only you must be specifying this. This will obviously not give an error if you don't have that element, right? So if you want to avoid errors, then you can use a if statement, right? That's all for today. Hope you have learned all these functions, and you must try these so that it can get into your heads and you may feel easy when you are dealing with the list, right? That's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.